What is going on YouTube? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be discussing my trading journey overall and how currently my trading is currently going. Essentially it's just kind of me to have a bit of reflection on and the reason why I say this is because it's now the second quarter of 2026. Now I had some initial plans to maintain the growth of the 25k funded account which I had back with a prop firm. During this period I had placed quite a few trades and the account was actually down in a 5% loss, which didn't actually hit my daily drawdown or max drawdown limits, though going into December and the first quarter of 2026 of this year. The key things that I had to keep in mind were me executing on the hourly time frame with my strategy and remaining profitable with a fixed amount of risk per trade. And I'll be honest, when I had a funded account, I had the ability to utilize the capital to a slight advantage, because that way I was able to, utilize what kind of position I was going to place. And yes, technically when I had the account, I was utilizing the limits of the drawdowns, which kind of helped me in a way. But then again, I broke the rules and they took the account away from me. So now also my other plan for 2026 of this year was to backtest and gain as much data possible for the 5-minute scalping system produced by Samuel Co Trading. Again, I'm probably about 30 trades away from finishing that. You kind of need to still gain a systematic edge for this. But the real reason why I came onto here was to kind of explain about how my journey has been with trading, and that I haven't really found much profitability currently as of yet. If I move on to the next slide, I'll be able to show you guys why and what my kind of progress is, and give a bit of a breakdown. So overall, from the start of this quarter, I had the 25k account, which was actually pretty strong. We were up 2%. And again, I wanted to request a payout with the funded account that I had, but obviously that got denied due to rules and regulations. And when they did a general check over on my account, they decided to look at certain areas where I had over risk. And obviously I can understand from their perspective that you must trade within the rules that they give you. And I think ultimately the problem was me, and I wasn't really aware of when I was placing the trades, because there was a few times where I had crossed with news and multiple issues just were occurring. So they forfeited my account, and then I kind of decided in the month of February to keep up the discipline or keep up that consistency that I had in that account and put it into live trading again. And I started with a balance of about £1,100, and I just wanted to keep that same protocol going in with this account. And the key thing was to follow how I am mentally during the trade and never rushing the process, understanding the conditions of the market, and following the system. And I'll be honest when I say this, the last couple of weeks have just been absolutely atrocious for my trading. I've been risking more than 1%. I've been scalping. I've been doing everything that a disciplined trader shouldn't be doing. That means even entering positions for no valid reason based on a system-backed edge that I have already written down, but I'm just not following through with it. I've been journaling my thoughts during this period, but I've also missed some weeks where I didn't carry out technical analysis, and I decided to just place a trade for however the market was going to go forward. So again, it's just that element of not really taking accountability and not planning properly prior to market open, and that's my fault at the end of the day. And essentially now, this is kind of the second quarter of 2026. It's the 4th of April as we speak today. This is my current reflection of how I generally think I'm doing. So today's date is the 4th of April 2026. I'm 22 years old, and currently still working for a company, working for an employer, which I personally am not really a fan of. I'd rather be working for myself and working either as a trader or working with a prop firm or having a business, one of those three things, instead of working for an employer. But that I'll speak into that a bit more post when we finish talking about this. So again, the first quarter started out strong with the funded account, and then essentially throughout towards the end of Q1, so January was a positive month for my live trading, but then February, March was atrocious, and I basically lost my investment of £1,000. So I'm currently down about £1,300 in trading this year so far. So it's not a great start to the year overall. And I've kind of really written down and understood each trade that I've been taking through my journal, which I do have, and understand why I'm taking so many losses. And during this journey, I feel like every time I've kind of entered a trade, my emotions always kind of get to the better of me. I blindly look at the profit target that I'm gonna meet quite often, and I also do place a stop loss for majority of the trades. But there was periods where I was just blindly entering for no reason, over risking on the position size, over risking on the actual tolerance of the risk of the position, adding on another trade when another trade was placed. These things which a disciplined trader wouldn't do. They wouldn't do these things, and I personally feel that right now I think I need to take a break away from my trading, and I need to focus on other realms and other opportunities which could arise for me. I do feel that I would like to come back to trading. It's a good skill to have once you've leveraged it and understood it, but boy does the market humble you. And I know this, and this has happened to me many times throughout me, coming in and out of trading, demo trading, trying all these kind of different things from the ages of 18 down to 22. I've been looking around at this industry, but I could say properly I've only been trading for about a year and a half. Probably gambling a lot of my money when I started, taking signals from random people unprofitably, not knowing what a trading edge is, what a system is, So the reason why I say trading is a difficult game, because it does humble you in many different ways. But the main reason why I'm going to take this break is to look at a perspective of return on investment. Now, this is £1,000 of my own money that I've worked for from a job, and I managed to blow it this year already. So in terms of return on investment, that there isn't any at the moment until something changes with trading, or I try something else. I feel generally quite lost. I don't know if there's many people out there at this age, but I just feel lost of what I want to do, truly, my purpose. I have a passion for cars, I have a passion for trading. Don't get me wrong, like it's it's an industry where you can make a lot of money. There are many positives and benefits. There's already a lot of positives and a lot of negatives, but that comes with everything in life. And currently, as I feel that if I take a break away from trading, then it will make me reflect and understand what led me down to those poor decisions that I did in March and in February and even in April. I don't know if there's anyone else out there who's feeling the same way, and if they are struggling along with their journey. But if you could reach out or speak to me, that would be great. And yeah, I feel like right now is not the greatest time to be looking in the markets because of such economics are happening across the world, such as the wars in Iran. And the USA, and even in Ukraine, there's still wars are happening. Cost of living is going up. So the ultimate point I'm trying to make here is that I personally feel that if I take a break, it will make me realize, okay, take a step back, reflect, what have you done wrong, what can you do right, how can you become better at it, and what can you do going forward to make sure you don't constantly keep losing money. Because look, at the end of the day, if I still don't see any return on investment towards the end of this year, I don't feel like trading will be for me. It's a very difficult game to make money, but it can be very rewarding in the future. So yeah, this is kind of like my breakdown of how I am and where I'm at. And if there's anyone out there, anyone who's got any suggestions or could leave anything in the comments, I'd highly appreciate it. And yeah, I hope you guys take something from this video and obviously understand the situation that I'm in, but also probably other traders are facing. Yeah, I just hope this reaches out to someone who knows a bit more maybe about the industry, or something that this displays, and something that I can reflect back on, because at the end of the day, this is why I'm uploading this. It's a main target to look at myself as a person and say, okay, have I been disciplined in the last couple of weeks? Have I done X, Y, and Z? So I think if anything, this will hold accountability to me going forward. And the ultimate aim here is just to be real and be honest about everything that happens, because everything happens for a reason, and you must take everything with a pinch of salt and be able to hammer through any opportunities that arise in the future and also in the present time. So yeah, that's basically how I feel and currently my outlook with how trading is going. So yeah, if you guys could leave a comment or subscribe, like the video, I'd highly appreciate it. And I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, wonderful rest of your week. And yeah, take care. Peace out.